This episode of Ties I Help is brought to you by GoToAssist. What's up, guys? Today is the first day of the week that I will be using the Nokia Lumia 900 Windows phone. I'm super excited about this to try out a new phone. I've got some awesome accessories here with it. If you didn't see my video that I posted about a week or a week and a half ago, whatever it was, I've got some in-ear earbuds called Purity, made by Monster. I've got the Purity HD over-the-ear headphones, which are actually right here. These look sweet. Love the color of these. Here's the earbuds themselves. Love the wiring on both of these. They're like flat wiring. I've got some Nokia Play 360 wireless Bluetooth speakers here. Those are pretty sweet. You can see both these right here. You can have these both playing at the same time. They're pretty sweet. There's the box that I got with the Nokia Lumia 900. And there is the phone itself. So basically what I'm going to be doing is, as I go throughout the week, I'm going to vlog little circumstances or things that come up that make the Windows Phone sweet or bad, things that I do and don't like about it. And it should be a pretty fun video, and I'll also show you these accessories and stuff like that as we go on. So let's get started. Alright, so I figured I would start out showing you the hardware, the device itself, running through everything on it. So over here on the front, we've got the 4.3-inch AMOLED display. It's really nice. So far, what I've noticed, it's not super high quality, but it is a nice size display. 4.3-inch. It's supposed to actually be also really strong. I've seen a video. They took like a hammer and a nail and was just beating on it. Not super hard, but it can withstand a lot of force. I'm not going to be trying no hammer and nails on this thing because I don't want to break it. But it's supposed to be really strong, and I will make sure I put it to the test and use this thing a lot. So that's the display. You've got the Windows button right there. You got a back button and the search button. Over here on the side, you've got the power button, which if you press that, you can go ahead and slide to unlock, or not slide to unlock, but slide up to unlock. I'm so used to the iPhone. You got the volume buttons over here, up and down, and then also right here, you got the camera button, which if you're on the phone and it's unlocked, you can go ahead and press that and it'll take you directly to the camera, or you can hold it in for a few seconds and it vibrates and then takes you straight to the camera. Now let's take it to the back while we're talking about the camera. On the back we have the 8 megapixel camera, shoots 720p HD video, 30 frames per second, and then you got the LED flash there on the back. Here on the bottom you got the little speaker. Up here on the top you got the headphone jack, and then the place where you plug it in to charge it, and then there is the SIM card tray. So that's pretty much the hardware. As far as the color, I absolutely love this color. My favorite color is blue, and I just love this color blue. I love the screen so far. I have been using it for a few days, but not like as my main phone like I'm going to be doing in this video. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. There is a overview of the hardware, what it looks like, and I'll actually compare it to my iPhone, so just so you can get an idea of how big the size is compared. So that's a pretty good size difference. Like the iPhone fits in its screen, so that's pretty cool, and it's nice to have a big screen. I'm excited for when the iPhone gets a bigger screen. But yeah, there you go. There's an overlook at the hardware. So I figured I'd go ahead and show you my home screen now that I have it set up. Show you all my apps and pretty much how this works. So on my home screen, it comes with a lot of other stuff, but this is how I have it customized with mine. So I've got my phone, messages, which is text, Twitter, Facebook, Internet Explorer, which is the browser this comes with, People, which is all your contacts and stuff like that. I've got Spotify, Marketplace, that's where you're going to get all your apps and stuff like that. I got the YouTube app, which I downloaded, Xbox Live, which is where you're going to get all your games and stuff. Then I've got 2 Yahoo Mails. It actually adds them to the home screen. There's no individual mail app, which I'll actually get to later. So there's a calendar app, you got pictures, AT&T Navigator, which is like GPS. I got settings, and then I've got Evernote, and then Me, which kind of shows like my social feed and stuff like that. So that's pretty much my home screen. You can scroll over to the right, or you can just tap this little arrow and it'll take you over here, which is all of your other stuff you don't want pinned to your home screen, and you can see everything there. You got settings where you can all customize everything that you want to. Your Wi-Fi, you can turn that off, Bluetooth, you can, battery saver can be turned on, brightness, keyboard, you can pretty much customize everything from here or change your settings and stuff like that. Let's go back to the home screen. I'll actually show you how you can customize this. So if I didn't want this Twitter icon here at the top, or I want it removed, all I have to do is tap on it and hold, sort of like iOS, and I can just go ahead and tap that little pin button right there and it'll remove it. Or if I want to, I can drag it down and it will relocate wherever I want to, and it'll move these out of the way. So I pretty much just organize this how I want to. I've got it set up with all my main stuff I use here at the top: Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that, which I'll show you, and I'll get into apps later. I just wanted to give you kind of a brief overview of how this works. And if any of these things over in here, actually when you download stuff, this is where it shows up, or it'll add it to your home screen. If you wanted to put any of this stuff on your home screen, all you got to do is tap and hold, and you can pin to start, and you can uninstall and rate and review and everything from there. So there's a basic overview of how the OS works. And so far, I really like it. It's smooth, it's fluid. I just love the scrolling and just how it works. It just seems really smooth. It's different from what I'm used to on iOS, but so far, I'm actually really liking it. One of the things that I use my phone for a lot, which obviously most people do, is text messaging. So I figured I'd go ahead and give you a quick little overview of that. So here's the text messaging app. If there's more, I could actually scroll through these. You got all your threads of conversations here. You can actually scroll to the right and you can have messaging with Facebook friends, stuff like that. If you tap right here, you can set to connect it and turn Facebook chat on and off. I'll actually just open up a conversation so you can see what this looks like. So that's pretty much what the SMS app looks like. It's pretty nice. Right here you can actually attach a file by hitting that button, so I can go through my cameras and stuff like that. There's somebody revving up a Harley near me, near my house. You can actually do text to speech. Yo, 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 what's up? Go. Let's see if it does it really well. It's not as good as Siri, I will say that. I played around with it. Oh, it actually did it heard me say speech, yo, 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 what's up? So that was pretty good, but it's definitely not as good as Siri understanding my voice. But it does work. I have used it a good bit. I did not mean to send that. He's going to be like, what? What does that mean? But yeah, it's really nice. One thing I love about this is the keyboard. I don't know what it is. It's actually kind of like Android. I'm going to type something. Hey, what? And as you see, it's starting to fill in all the stuff. So I can, if you want to type faster, you can just say whatever if I was going to type that. Obviously, it's not picking anything up there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I love the keyboard on this. It's really easy to type. It does have a different layout than iOS, what I'm used to, like some of the commas and exclamation marks and stuff like that. But and one thing that kind of bugged me, which it's just because I'm used to iOS, is that the send button is right here rather than right there. This button right here goes down, like return button, and this button right here actually is a backspace. So they're kind of close together. So I noticed a lot of times when I was hitting or trying to hit the backspace, I was just going like that and not backspacing. And I'm kind of not used to it automatically auto-correcting me. Sometimes it does, and then sometimes it doesn't. So that's something I'm getting used to also. But as far as typing, I'm pretty fast on this keyboard. I pretty much instantly picked it up, and it was pretty easy for me. So far, I'm liking the text messaging and the keyboard on the Windows Phone. One thing I really liked about this with Windows Phone is it makes it super easy to set up your contacts. And if you have a lot of contacts, this can save you a ton of time if you have Facebook and if you have your friends on Facebook. So I'll go ahead and open up the People app for you, which is pretty much the Contacts app. Here's all my contacts right there. I can scroll through all those. And here is what's new. They actually show you Twitter, Facebook, and Windows Live, and you can customize these to show whatever you want. If you just tap right there, you can set it to show all of them or just one of them. It's not really the best browsing experience, in my opinion, for Facebook and Twitter, but it is a quick little way to see what's going on. And if you're selective with who you follow and who you're friends with on Facebook, that'll be even better for you. Also, you've got your little recent images, or actually these are recent people I've looked at. Back to the contacts. What's so cool about this is actually pretty much all of my Facebook friends. Obviously, I don't have a ton of friends like most people do on Facebook. I don't just accept anyone. I'm really picky about who I'll add as a friend on Facebook, which actually works really well for me. You don't have to integrate with Facebook contacts. You can actually tap this little settings button right here and turn that off. But for me, it worked perfectly because a lot of these people have their phone numbers on their Facebook, and since I'm friends with them, it shows that to me. So when I added them through the Facebook connection, it pretty much set up my contacts for me. And a lot of these people, if they did have their phone number on it, all I had to do was go and type their number in and add it and save it to their contacts. So that's really cool. It makes it so fast to add all your contacts. Now, people with 800 friends, you're obviously going to want to turn that Facebook connection off as far as your contacts. And it's not hard to add a contact if you want to. All you have to do is press the little plus button right there, hit new contact, or you can actually even make a new group. And then you can fill out everything here with their email, their phone, their ringtone. You fill out some more info if you hit other, and then you can even add a photo. And another cool thing about that is with Facebook integration, it already adds their photos to there, and it stays up to date. So I just thought that was really cool. I like having photos of my contacts, but I don't like going through the process of being like, hey, can I take a picture of you to have you as a, or have a photo for you as when you call me or whatever. So I don't know, I just thought that's pretty cool, and it makes it super fast, or at least for me, to set up the contacts on the phone. One thing that I have found I do not like about Windows Phone is the email. Now this is just maybe just my situation, but for me, I literally have like 15, 20 emails, because I've got to make email accounts, not emails, because I got to make an account for every new YouTube channel or Twitter or something like that I start, just so I can have my emails organized. I really only like use 2 email accounts where I actually reply back to. I've got my personal email account, and then I have my business email account. So those are only 2 that I really use to like reply. But this is how I set it up, because now why I don't like it is because it actually adds an icon to your home screen. For example, right here, this is one of my emails, and I don't want it on here. So what I have to do is actually remove that, and then here I've got my personal and my business. There's my business, there's my personal. So those are the 2 I actually use. I do have those on my home screen, but if I want all my other emails, I actually have to go over here. Mainly what I just do is just check these, and I've got more right now. I just didn't go through and want to add all of them, because really all I do is check these and see if there's any emails in there, like from YouTube or anything like that, because a lot of these are just for YouTube accounts. But yeah, it'll have all my emails over in here, which I've still got a lot more to add, obviously, because I've literally got like 15 email accounts on my iPhone that I just check. Like, I don't really reply or anything like that. Just refresh and see what's new, and if I got any like reports or anything like that. But yeah, the email in here, for me, at least in my situation, it doesn't work that well. Just for me, but that everybody doesn't have 15 email accounts. Most people only have like 1 or 2. I just wish they had kind of like 1 email account, sort of like the iOS does, or 1 email app, so you can add all of your accounts under one thing. But it is nice to just have it really quick on my home screen, just to go straight to that email right there and pull it up. So it's downfalls and good things to it. And another thing is iOS doesn't have like attachments. For this, if I wanted to write a new email, I can actually go ahead and tap right there and go ahead and add as many attachments and pictures and stuff as I want. Where iOS, it's really complicated. If you try to do it, you can only do it from the Photos app. If I wanted to send a picture and then I can't attach another one with it, I have to like copy and paste it into the email, which is annoying, and then add another one. It just gets complicated. But this, you can add attachments and stuff like that really easily through the email apps. I like the camera on this thing, but it's kind of awkwardly placed for me. Sometimes, like when I'm holding it in my hand, my finger will kind of get in the way when I'm taking a picture. It's not too bad. You kind of just gotta find a different way of holding it. Maybe it's just because I'm used to my iPhone. But yeah, it's nice, and I like having the button over here on the side dedicated to the camera. Like if it's in a lock state like it is now, just hold the button in for like 2 seconds, and then it'll take you straight to the camera app. Or if you're just on a lock screen, or not the lock screen, but the home page or anywhere else, you can just press that little button and it'll take you directly there. So this is what the camera app looks like. It's nice. You can zoom in with a little plus right here, zoom out with that. You got settings. You can take pictures there, and then video here. If I tap that, that shows up. And actually start taking a video, you press the button up here on the top, just like this. So it starts recording, and you can actually see how many seconds you're recording right there on the video. Go ahead and stop that. If you want to take a picture, let's go back to pictures here. Just go ahead and actually press, and what it does is it taps to focus where you tap, and it also goes ahead and takes the picture. Now if you want to get to your camera roll, you can just scroll up. There's a picture I just took, there's a video I just took. I'll actually show you some video. Here's a video I filmed outside of my house. This is with the back-facing camera. It does have a camera on the front here also, right there. I'm pretty sure it's like just VGA, like the same quality as the iPhone. As you see, or may be able to tell, it looks really, really nice. It's good quality. Just the only thing is, it is not very good with stabilization, I noticed. Like, it's kind of shaky when I'm walking around, which I do a lot with my phone. Another thing I had with video, or a problem I had with it, is you can't upload to YouTube very easily. I had to actually take this, the videos that I recorded, put it into my SkyDrive, which you can use for free, and then download on my computer and then upload to YouTube. So there's not like a direct option like there is on the iPhone to upload to YouTube. You can just share on Facebook, or delete. And share actually lets you just send it in an email, or you can upload it to SkyDrive like I mentioned before. But I like it. It's just, for me, it doesn't work well with video. Pictures also look nice on the back-facing camera. I'll go ahead and show you that really quick. A few pictures that I took around my house outside. So there's a picture of my tree outside. It looks really nice. It may be out of focus or not colored right on my, like with my camera, but trust me, it looks nice. So there's a picture of me I took outside. There's some grass. It looks really nice. It's like kind of depth of field. Like this is blurry back here because I tapped to focus. There's some bushes, and then there's a video I filmed. So yeah, it looks nice. I like the camera. The front-facing camera, pretty much the same as the iPhone. Back-facing camera, a little bit less quality, I'd say, than the iPhone, but it's still really, really nice, and I like it. Now let's talk about the browser, because everybody's got to browse the web on their phone. Unfortunately, it is named Internet Explorer, which if they named something else for me, it would be automatically cooler in my book, but maybe it's just because I'm a Chrome kind of person, and I feel like Internet Explorer is outdated. But the browser itself isn't that bad. You got the address bar down here. You got a little refresh button right there. As you see, I got CNN loaded up right here. It does have a mobile version of the website. You can tap right there, the little dot, dot, dot. You can see all your stuff. You got settings, pin to start, where you can actually pin that page to the start. You can share the page, add to favorites. You get your favorites, recent, and then tabs. Tab browsing is also on here. It works like that. Not the best tab browsing because you got to tap, and then pick your tab. But it is a nice browser. It works. It's pretty simple. It's nothing too amazing. I have used it, and it worked for me. And then also, if you want to Google search, or not actually Google search, it's actually Bing search, you can hit the little search button right there, and it'll take you straight to it. And then it's got some quick access buttons for local, which is like, it's like shows you some good places to eat and things to do. Music, there's a little eye for scanning barcodes and stuff like that, or scanning text, so you can actually search that, so that's nice. And then it also has voice search. Hello, testing, testing. Let's see how that works. I'm not sure how. Okay, it actually worked. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the web browser, and then the quick little button to Bing search. Again, I like Google rather than Bing, but Bing does work, and it is nice to look at, and it works just fine. Now let's talk about apps and games, because that's one of the most important parts of owning a smartphone. I've got my Windows phone here right beside my iPhone, so I can actually compare to you and show you how the Windows phone has worked well for me as far as apps and games compared to my iPhone. So I've got my phone, and then I've got my messages. Obviously, those come on my iPhone. I've got Twitter and Facebook. There's Twitter and Facebook. I've got Spotify. There's Spotify. I've got my marketplace, my app stores over here on my phone, so that's where you're going to get all your new apps. I've got Evernote. There's Evernote. I've got to have that. I got YouTube, which I actually had to download on the Windows phone, but there it is on the iPhone. Then I've got Xbox Live, which actually connects to Xbox Live, which the iOS or iPhones have the Game Center, which is nowhere near as good as Xbox Live, obviously. I've got my email. I've got my maps, so they got AT&T Navigator and Maps. I've got Calendar, and then I've got Pictures. So as you see on my home screen, I've got pretty much the same apps that I do on my iPhone. Now, if I scroll over so you can see all my other apps, I've got some apps like ESPN, which is supposedly really nice. I haven't checked that out just because I'm not a big sports fan. I've got Google Plus installed, Netflix, Slacker Radio, Tango video calls. That's sort of like Skype, weather, Yellow Pages mobile. Now, if you compare that to my iOS or my iPhone, you see I have a ton more apps here, and a lot of these are also in folders which have a lot more apps in them. So there's obviously way more apps installed on my iPhone. I've had it for longer, but I actually go into the marketplace, so you can just see that there is still a lot of apps, just nowhere near as many compared to iOS or Android. So I actually go into apps. You can see some of these, and they got all kinds of categories. We'll go into social. So you can see that they got tons of apps, and you can organize them by top, free, new, and then go back to categories. Let's go back, and then we'll actually show you the games. So you can see that there is a lot of different categories of games: action, adventure, card and board, classic, educational, music, sports, shooter, role playing. I'll actually go into racing and flying just so you can see that there is a lot of games. Here's all the ones that connect through Xbox Live. Here's all the top games. So you can see just that there is a lot of top flying and racing games. That's a pretty specific category. I did hit the bottom there, but there's a lot of apps and games to choose from. I think for most people, Windows Phone is going to do the job as far as games, because I know people do play games a lot on their smartphone. You're going to find enough games to waste enough time on Windows Phone. It's just not as diverse as Android and iOS is. But for me, it's worked just fine, and I've had pretty much all the apps I use on my iPhone on my Windows phone. Now, before I give you my final thoughts and wrap up, let's take one last look at our sponsor for this video, GoToAssist. Working in IT can be unpredictable and challenging. There are people who need your help right away, pulling you in several directions at once, and things can break down at any moment. And that's why you should check out GoToAssist by Citrix, so you can stay on top of it all. GoToAssist is SaaS based based and is purpose-built to give you more control of your IT world. You can use the world-class remote support module to solve your users' problems quickly from anywhere. And GoToAssist monitoring gives you customizable dashboards displaying performance reports of all networks, servers, and desktops. Plus, proactive alerting allows you to fix small issues before they become big problems. GoToAssist is easy to use, sets up in minutes, and is from Citrix, a trusted leader in IT. If you want to make your complicated IT world easier, it's going to help you out because you can access it from anywhere on your Mac, your PC, your web browser, or even your iPad, and you have everything in control all in one place. Sign up for your special 30-day free trial today. Visit GoToAssist.com, click the try free button, and enter promo code TIE. Again, that's GoToAssist.com, promo code TIE. So I've been using the Lumia 900 for a week now, and it's been a fun, great learning experience. Using a new phone has been awesome. I love the phone itself. The hardware is just amazing. I love having the bigger screen, and the color of it is awesome. I love that CN blue. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It's been fun learning Windows Phone and just learning a new operating system. I love the fluid scrolling and just how everything works and looks on it. It just looks nice, and it's been fun using this as my main phone for the last week. Obviously it can't replace my iPhone, but it's definitely a great alternative. Every time I did bring the Lumia with me and use it for the last week, I have brought my iPhone with me just for things like iMessage and a few things that I'm so used to doing on my iPhone that I knew I couldn't do on the Windows Phone. But it's been a great alternative, and definitely I could easily continue using the Lumia 900 as my main phone. But obviously I'm an iPhone fanboy at heart. I'm going to stick with that. But I definitely do prefer this over Android. Just my personal preference. I know a lot of you guys out there like Android, a lot of you guys like iOS. But for me personally, Windows Phone is coming in second as far as the three, at least from what I've used. And I have used Android, don't think I haven't. They're all great, but Windows Phone is definitely coming in second so far for me. Thank you to Monster and Nokia for hooking me up with these headphones. They gave me the over-ear headphones, and then the in-ear earbuds. Are expensive, but they are freaking nice, and I love that they match. The color, it's sweet to be using this phone and having the matching headphones with them. They sound great, and they've made my experience with Windows Phone and the Lumia 900 even better. And then these Play 360 speakers are freaking awesome. They hooked me up with two of these, so I've got them sitting beside my computer. I've used those for Spotify and stuff like that. You can have them playing both at the same time, so you get double the audio coming at you. And they last for 20 hours on a full charge. They are completely wireless. You connect to them through Bluetooth, so that's freaking awesome. I've loved using those. They've also made my experience better. So yeah, if you're looking and you're in the market for a new phone, I definitely suggest you check out the Lumia 900 if you're not interested in something like the iPhone, or you have an iPhone and you're tired of using it, or even if you have Android and you're tired of using it. Definitely check this out. And they're not paying me to say that. That is personally my opinion. I've had an awesome time using it for the last week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and my experience with the Lumia 900. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button down below. I really appreciate it, and it helps me out a ton. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!